Good morning and welcome, Patriot News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Monday. I hope it finds you well. Did you have a good weekend? Were you distracted? It's never long enough. It's never long enough. I woke up this morning going, gosh, already we got to get back to the... I mean, I wish there was good news out there. There just isn't any. I mean, it just... one ridiculous story after the other. You know what? Well, here's a little good news. The Derby was this weekend, and we decided to spend that with family. Had all the cousins and the kids, the nieces, the nephews, grandma and grandpa. Right? You know, you had everybody over there, and with these gambling apps, right? You don't need to go to an OTP or, whatever to bet on the horses. And, of course, there was a horse with the word gold in it. Golden Tempo was the horse's name. And I don't have these apps. My wife doesn't have these apps, but some of our relatives did. And, I threw out $20 on Golden Tempo to win, and lo and behold, it won. Yeah, it paid pretty good too. Paid almost $500 on that $20. So a little excitement for me. The first woman trainer to ever win the Derby, and of course, Kentucky Derby. There's a gazillion horses. You see the white horse, beautiful horse too, beautiful horse. Like kind of like a gray, looking horse, and they're getting in to the gates, and there's like 20 plus horses in the Derby for whatever there's a lot of them in there. I don't know. This horse got spooked by something, threw his jockey. The horse lands. The horse falls. I mean, it was a whole big to do. The horse they ended up pulling him up, but he's okay. I mean, jockey's lucky because the horse didn't land on him at least. But, that was my big excitement for the weekend. But you know what they say. The show must go on. And what are we talking about today? The same crap we've been talking about now for, 9-10 weeks. It's all about war. Very... I guess, developments. The Trump administration had come out and was talking about, hey, we've got a new plan that's going to Project Freedom is what we are calling it, that was going to escort vehicles through the Strait of Hormuz, but then they said, well, we're not really going to escort them through the Strait of Hormuz, but, kind of maybe. And then 2 ships got fired upon in the last 24 hours that had to turn around and go back. The U.S. saying that 2 merchant ships, and these were U.S. merchants. In other words, these cargo ships were going to the United States. We are saying that 2 got through. So I guess they sent 4. The Iranians attacked the oil and gas ship. Those got turned around. The 2 cargo ships, they made it through. Iran is saying that it fired upon and hit a U.S. Navy vessel. That would have been big. We immediately denied that. So I don't know if it's true, not true, but we said that they didn't deny that the ship was fired upon, but they did deny that the ship was hit. I don't know how to think about it. Let's hope that the Treasury Secretary It's funny how the Treasury Secretary is involved in the war, right? I mean, how many times you're like, well, Scott Pruitt said this and Scott Pruitt said that. Like, and here's what I find it, because you would think this would be like Hesketh or Trump or maybe even Marco Rubio, but not the Treasury Secretary, said that if the United States is fired upon, we will fire back. So he also said that Iran does not have control of the Straits. Of course, the Iranians say they have the control of the Strait. Project Freedom, again, this is all from the Treasury Secretary. So you decide why it is this guy's doing all the talking. Project Freedom, right? This is where we're gonna, I don't know, somehow we're gonna get ships through. They're being a little sketchy on the details. Like, are we gonna escort them through, or are we just gonna say, here's the map to get through? I don't know. Was not done in coordination with Iran. Right? Yeah, okay, right. If Iran wants to escalate, we are willing to do so. The United States is firing only when fired upon. It is a good time for U.S. partners to step up the pressures on Iran. So, Jason, that's the latest right now. Kind of looks like the same crap that was going on last week, but now each side threatening to shoot at the other side.
I guess got another week to wait and see, right?
The Treasury Secretary of War, Scott Vicento. Yeah. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Let's take a quick look at the market. So the Dow down 250, kind of nothing. The S&P's down 2. The Nasdaq's up 29. We're back. Boy, Mag 7 is back, isn't it? Incredible how I don't know if you can't say overpriced, right? You can't say it, right? The market's job, when they allow it, is for price discovery. But the valuations, we've had ridiculous valuations, ludicrous valuations. I don't know what we want to call this time around. But, guys, we've seen the movie before. And, Jason and I were talking earlier today. We're talking about, no one really seems to want to do anything, right? Everyone's just kind of sitting there. I'm at a loss. How many more times you got to see the same movie before you figure it out? This is the time to buy your gold and silver. Why? Because the premiums are down, way down. As soon as it starts falling apart, you know what's going to happen. And it doesn't matter if gold and silver go up, down, right? Nope, everybody's freaked out. Boom. Next thing you know, you're paying $300, $400, $500, $600 over. Don't let that be you. The 10-year note, 4.42. So again, not going in the right direction. Obviously, the inflation numbers from last week. It's interesting. All bond yields are up all over the world. They're up in Germany. They're up in France. They're up in Japan. They're up in China. Guess magically there's one place where bond yields aren't up. Any guesses? Yep, the UK. No intervention there. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Remember the Japanese on Friday? We found out afterwards Japan had to intervene twice in its currency markets to get the yen under control. But 496 on the British 10-year note. Remember, 5%, right? Everyone's freaking out. Crude oil, well, apparently the U.S. Treasury Secretary of War, because I don't know what else to call him because he seems to comment all the time now, Scott Bassett, did not soothe the markets. NYMEX up $2 here, $104. Brent up $4.50. $113. Unleaded gas. This is a June contract. So this is a June contract. $3.70 on unleaded gas, up 10 cents. By the way, huge drawdowns in U.S. inventories. Here's the great part. We are literally shipping out all kinds of oil and oil-related products. It's awesome. Except for now we're running out, right? That's kind of the bad side of it. Gold's down 50, 45, 60. Listen, right? We've seen this movie before. Right near these bottoms here, and we see it kind of, follow what's going on with oil. Kind of interesting thing here. Silver, not really playing today. $74. Down, it's down $1, a little over $1, but not really playing. And again, I think silver now, the inventory situation is just horrendous. It just keeps getting worse, no matter what happens. But Jason, that's kind of, when we look at the market with Japanese yen already back above 157, and then this week, so besides the war crap, we got payrolls this week, so it's jobs week. I think we'll get jolts tomorrow, right? Then private payrolls Wednesday, jobless claims Thursday, government jobs Friday. Friday will be the big day there. We're also going to get the Treasury's quarterly refunding. Going to be interesting. Are they going to have to say, okay, we got to increase the size of the auctions in the next quarter or the quarter after that? We'll see. They'll try to hide it for as long as they can, Jason, but as we know, the debts are piling up. We haven't paid for the war yet. All the companies are wanting their tariff refunds, so it's going to be interesting what we see from the Treasury this week as far as refunding goes.
Yeah, let's see what if the markets react, Joe. But it's just when Joe and I were talking this morning, it just seems like with all the blathering going on in the news, average guy just seems to be tapped out, Joe. The average guy just seems to be really just not able to handle what is going on, and so they've thrown so much noise on the news cycle, Joe. There's just so much obnoxious content to look at, but when it comes down to it, the average guy is being choked to death with these higher prices, Joe. And if you have the ability to save some money for an even rainier day than the rainy day we're having right now, then it's best you do it right away, because it's good to have it. Because the guys that sell to me, Joe, I'm sure you've had the same story. Oh, I really hate selling this. Anytime people sell it, I really hate selling it. But I tell them, first thing I always say is, at least you have it to sell.
Yep.
At least you were there. You were ready for whatever it is that you needed to sell your gold and silver for. We don't talk about it a lot. We buy gold and silver. It's good luck buying it from AppMex or JM Bullion and having to ship it to those guys, right? With us, you visit us and you buy it. I've heard so
many of the horror stories of doing that. It's so bad.
So much easier to drop it off with us and get paid. It's just the best way to go.
So by the way, it's getting a little more interesting as well. I want to say it was Friday. The Trump administration wanted to put, and I think they did, these restrictions on these, what they call these teapot refineries in China. China has ordered all its companies in the country to not comply with U.S. sanctions on the 5 domestic refiners linked to the Iranian oil trade. So this is the first time where we've kind of seen, the Chinese defying the United States in all of that. And again, I don't know how successful that will be, right? Because when we I don't think the United States would kick China out of SWIFT. I guess that's my, that's usually their go-to card. So interesting to see what is going to happen. But now I think this is a telling point in all of this, right? What's the telling point? What does this mean? Hey, there is no more extra oil now, right? We knew this day was kind of coming. And everybody, I think, someone said May 9th. Somebody said May 30th. But whatever the exact date is, the battle for oil, and it's not just oil, and oil-related products is on. Right? This thing is going a little too far. It's lasted too long. It is amazing how much extra oil the world really had. I mean, it's shocking, right? Because, it's not like, oh, my gosh, it was, 1 million barrels a day. No, it's as much as 10 million barrels a day. And what is this, like day 70? Something like that, right? I mean, but it's here, and now China is telling everybody, ignore the sanctions. Keep supporting and funding these refiners. And we don't care where the oil is coming from. Essentially is what the Chinese said. We don't care if it's Iranian oil, Russian oil, right? Whoever it is, you just make sure that oil is coming. So I got a bad feeling that we're going to see. I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet. I'm hearing, though, in the Midwest and the East, gas prices are really spiking. I'm kind of surprised. Here in Arizona, we're still, right under $5, $4.89, $4.99, right? If you go to Walmart, maybe Walmart's like $4.59 or something like that. I think we're maybe a week or two away from another, and I don't know, 50 cents to $1 on gasoline prices. And again, this is just math. Based on what is out there, that looks like now we're at the point where nobody has extra oil now. Anything that is being brought on to make up for the lack of supply is just coming out of countries' existing inventories. And there's only a handful of countries that have extra inventory, like the United States, like the Chinese, right? Most countries don't. And I looked at, the oil inventory reports here in the U.S., 5, 6, 7 million barrels every week less in gasoline, diesel, jet fuel. I guess Spirit Airlines, I forgot too, right? Spirit no more, right? They didn't save them. By the way, that number, remember it was 500 million? It went to 2.5 billion. At the end, they decided 3.5 billion, but apparently that was too much. They're done.
Maybe gas and oil infrastructure all across the planet should just stop spontaneously combusting everywhere. Meanwhile, while this war is going on, there's pipelines and gas lines and gas facilities and oil refineries that are just only catching on fire and blowing up, nowhere near a war zone. How much glut did we have in this market that we're getting ready to that's getting ready to hit a worldwide depression, Joe? That's why I think we were going to hit a worldwide depression, and it's like, well, you got to get the energy into inflation territory, and the only way you do that is to congest it and make it small. And it seems like everything is being done from Venezuela to Iran, the Middle East, Ukraine and Russia, China. The entire planet is going into this tightened, smaller supply of energy. There's just not enough oil. There's just not enough. Well, maybe if you quit blowing things up and having wars, we could have $1.50 gas or maybe even 50 cents gas. Oh, we can't do that. I mean, how are we supposed to support our big, huge profits, our massive profits? You know, it takes a lot to run the whole world. You know, Patriot Act, fall in line right now, right? And that's where we're at. It's like, come on. Does anybody else see this, Joe? False scarcity of oil and gas on a level that is just so boorishly obvious that they're constricting on us. You would think if you own a gas line in, I don't know, Vietnam or southern Russia or Mongolia or something, you think, hey, this might be a good time to make sure that our lines are working good. The prices are going up. Boom! Oh, what happened? How'd that gas line blow up? Well, the insurance company's going to cover you, man. We need to constrict this stuff.
Don't worry. It just blew up on accident. Uh-oh. Is the war back on? I'll give you an update. Breaking news when we return.
Yes, ma'am.
800-951-0592. News breaking that, well, I don't know. I don't like it. So here it is. Crude oil flying now. The Dow right now down 400 now. The S&P down 30. The NASDAQ down 100. Gold's down 85. Listen, we're going to have a great gold special today. Get ready. Jump on this. Silver down just $2 down instead of $1. $73. Oil, NYMEX up $4 now. So remember, Jason, what? 5 minutes ago it was up $2. Up $4, 106. Brent up over $6, 114 and change. Unleaded gas was up 10 cents. Now it's up 14 cents. Why? Explosions in Dubai following an Iranian missile launch. The UAE air defense systems wailing reports of explosions in Dubai. That's really right now all that we have is that the UAE's air defense systems are active, but there are explosions. Usually when they say explosion, that means something made it to the ground versus getting shot out of the sky. They said that that incoming missiles from Iran. So
that makes sense, doesn't it, Joe? A little over a week ago, they started taking away Iran's crypto abilities, trying to take that money. And Dubai is trying to be the crypto head of the world and the Middle East especially. And you take away our crypto, we'll blow up your crypto capital. I mean, I have more of this coming.
Right? I mean, there's a lot here. Obviously, this does not look like this, I don't know, whatever we want to call it, ceasefire. Looks like the ceasefire is over. We'll see. I have not heard that the United States has responded. So I have not heard that we have responded, just that the UAE, there are explosions. UAE saying it has intercepted the Iranian missiles. So I don't, did they intercept them all? Did some get through? We'll have to wait and see, but this is extremely early in this. But
and this territory is fairly close to the old Hormuz Strait region.
Very close, yes. The UAE is right there. It's an easy shot. And Jason, probably correct in the UAE is the financial hub for the Middle East.
Yep.
And so
in the middle
we have bases, right? And of course we're allowed to have bases there.
In the middle of a ceasefire, Iran's having tons of crypto funds frozen all over. So Economic war is still war. You take. Listen, you want to start a war, take a man's money. See how fast he wants to punch you in the face, right, Joe?
Boy, and then this week, Friday we had Berkshire Hathaway, so Warren Buffett's retiring.
Oh, boy, after seeing that stuff.
Yeah, he's retiring. He had, quite the message.
Oh, man.
Quite the message. Says the investing environment not ideal, nothing but gambling in the markets, reminiscent of the .com where basically what Warren Buffett is saying, every company's saying AI, just to say AI. And Berkshire Hathaway now has, I'm going to round up, I want to say it was 397, but let's call it $400 billion in cash.
397 billion is the actual number now. Listen, I don't think Warren Buffett is retired. He gave up CEO position.
True.
I think he's
still the chairman, right? Yeah.
I think he's got a work from home position now. And they sold about $500 million worth of stock. No. They bought about $500 million worth of stock. It was all Berkshire Hathaway stock buybacks.
Right.
On the same week that they sold another $8 billion in stock. They bought $500 million in Berkshire Hathaway stock buybacks, keep it strong, and then they sold another $8 billion, increasing that position to $397 billion in cash. And he's like,
why? Because they actually don't think the company's worth that, right? So Warren Buffett's like, God, we're way overpriced. Sell, right? Let's just stock up cash.
Yeah, he's literally in his own funny way said, I'm waiting for it all to crash to buy you suckers out. That's that.
Yep. He's licking his chops. He's like, oh, my God, you're going to let me do it again. You know what Warren Buffett's doing? He is doing what you guys need to be doing.
I saw this.
Right? He is like, oh, my God, I've seen this movie. Like what? Yes. It's like Rocky 5000, right? How many Rocky movies have there? We've had Sylvester Stallone isn't even in them anymore, but we still got Rocky movies.
He said this.
This is what Warren Buffett's doing.
He said this in an interview. The woman's like, "Well, isn't this a good buying opportunity? The stocks are down. They're down 5%, maybe up to almost 10." He's like, this is what he said. He doesn't get this frank too often. Yeah, he thinks he's frank, but he covers up just enough. He says 5 to 10%. I don't buy for 5 to 10%. That's not the business I do. You listen to that. The guy that's supposed to be the smart, savvy investor. He's basically saying, if you're not giving me 30, 40, 50%, I'm not interested. I'm going to hoard cash because I'm ready for 30, 40, 50%. He said, the way he just kind of slapped that woman in the interview, he was like he was insulted that she asked him if he wanted to take advantage of 5 to 10%.
Do you know who you're interviewing, right? Yeah. No. I don't care about 5%. No. 10%. Please.
I just sold $8 billion.
I don't even wait. I'm 95 years old. I'm not waking up for 10%.
We bought a bunch of our stock back, and we bought 16 times that. We sold 16 times that just now.
But didn't the headline look great?
Oh, man.
Hey, we bought back our stock.
Yeah, we bought back stock. Yeah.
Don't tell. We sold $7.5 billion more than what we bought.
We care about us very much so.
800-951-0592. Patriot News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Monday. Okay. Got some more detail here. Really quickly. Everything will be based on what gold does. But right now, $20 gold pieces right now, $45.95. You heard me right. $45.95. Give me a thumbs up if you heard that, girls. $45.95. U.S. $20 Liberties. Right now, gold is $45.40. So $4,595. Here's what is being reported. First, the UAE is saying their Ministry of Defense, they shot down 3 of Iran's missiles. A 4th fell into the sea. At the same time, it looks like another cargo vessel was hit in the Strait of Hormuz. There is a fire on board, and they're saying that the fire is in the engine room. They're not saying whether or not it was hit or not, but people are speculating that a vessel has been struck and is on fire. The big news in this, what was it the Iranians were firing at? This one is, and I'm going to try to pronounce it, Fujara. This is where the UAE, so they have one oil terminal that goes through the Strait of Hormuz. That's shut in. They have a second oil terminal, this Fujara, that allows them to not go through the Strait of Hormuz, and it appears that this is what they are attacking. And now an update here. They may have got the missiles, Jason. They didn't get the drones. Apparently, there is a fire now at this oil facility. Operations have been affected. So this is the one area, kind of like we talk about Saudi Arabia. They have that east-west pipeline that allows them to not use the Strait of Hormuz. UAE, they have another 2 ports, one that has to use the strait. This is the one that doesn't have to use the strait. So this was a very tactical strike by the Iranians this morning.
So it's on the refinery that's outside the strait.
Correct. On a refinery that does not that can load and ship oil not go through the strait.
Is it considered a significant hit, or is this just hit?
To be determined.
Okay.
To be determined. So right now, the headline was they're saying there was 4 missiles fired, and UAE said, "Hey, we got them. We got 3. The other one landed in the sea."
You know, there's about 500 million cameras across the planet. What, can we just see these missiles hitting these things? Just so I know it's not...
Well, listen, I promise you this facility has cameras everywhere. Now,
right.
I am
so we should be... Hold on. So we should be able to see a missile hitting it then.
Well, I'm looking at the picture that I'm seeing online. I don't know. I mean, it's like everything, right? It's kind of hard to see. You see some lights. There, you can tell it's a port, and you can see smoke, black smoke rising up, and you can see what appears to be a fire. But they're saying, at least right now, they're saying this was a drone strike versus a missile strike. Wow. So I'm assuming the drone will do less damage than a missile. I don't know. I have no idea.
Does it look like the Eastern Russia pipeline that just spontaneously combusted? Does it look the same as that one? Because those have black smoke and all kinds of catastrophe looking on it. I just would like to see something actually, pew 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 shooting, right? Let's see the missile coming in. Yeah, it's starting to seem a little bit like 9/11, where they say a plane hit the Pentagon, and we're not allowed to see any of the dozens of cameras that were looking at the Pentagon.
I'm just laughing. Reports are everywhere. Some guys are saying the UAE hates Iran so much they may have done it themselves. And oh my
God, we're actually saying it out loud.
Yes.
How bad was this? How bad was this depression going to be worldwide? You said Japan was having some problems Friday, and now there's oil things blowing up, and we don't have pictures of missiles or drones.
Okay, so the 10-year note, wow. 4.45, heading to 4.5. The 30-year now tried to break 5%. But I got to report it, Jason. The UK 10-year note's still down, so don't worry. Nothing to see there. No crazy things to see there.
Well, I mean, Friday was May Day, you know, the holiday for the celebration of communism. You know, maybe it was time to turn the heat up going through the weekend, Joe. You know, we'll show to the citizens how tough it's going to be. We'll just take out every bit of oil infrastructure we can until we get the inflation we want. Yeah. Well, yeah. We're going to be paying like $7 or $8 a gallon, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is the latest. If there's any other news, I will obviously bring that to you again. No word yet if the United States is going to respond to this attack. But word is there is a fire at this terminal that bypasses the Strait of Hormuz, and they're saying that obviously the terminal has been affected. $20 gold, guys. Run to the phones. $45.95 at 800-951-0592. Final segment coming up. 800-951-0592. The Dow's down almost 500 points now, as it looks like...
it might drop a lot more.
Well, it looks like they're saying that there's been an attack. Something's on fire. The UK now confirming 36 nautical miles north of Dubai, and now there is confirmation that, yes, there is a ship that is on fire.
South Korean ship, right?
Still, huh?
South Korean ship?
I don't know that I saw if they determined.
Market Watch is saying a South Korean ship in the Strait of Hormuz.
Okay. So that could very well be. I know they hit a South Korean ship and made it turn around yesterday. I don't know.
Oh,
so
okay. This is an additional ship then. Okay. Got it.
This is this is new. This is a ship today. But again, we'll have to wait and see. The 30-year went to 501. It's off of that right now, but not by much. And again, all the other markets here are just, I think, waiting to see how bad this really is. If the UAE has to go force majeure on that oil facility, right? That's obviously going to make the markets that much worse. But for right now, and I don't even know if the picture I'm looking at is even the facility.
Yeah.
But in looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it's not good, but I think I've seen worse, right? That maybe this thing's shut down for 3 or 4 days, but, I'm hoping it's not, oh, by the way, it's going to take 3 years to rebuild it. I don't think we're at that.
Well, big investors, they have this little saying called sell in May, walk away.
Yeah.
And we just started May, and this doesn't look too good. This looks like the war is all about the markets. This is all about the markets. Usually a war is about some sort of economic stress, but it's not always market-driven. But this is completely inflation, market-driven nonsense. And sell and may walk away. We started on Friday, but look where we're at. Barely starting the month, and this could be an ugly spring, Joe, for sure. Ugly summer.
People are starting to say Daniel DiMartino Booth talking about private credit, that she just said today, get ready to market all to zero. All private credit to zero. Again, we're watching trauma in the debt markets. That's where we're watching really. Wall Street's kind of giving you this illusion that things are well. Matter of fact, market breadth. Like last week, more stocks were down than up last week, but yet, the Dow looked like it was having a great week.
Yeah.
But it's just this handful of stocks again seeming to drive the market. But
yeah, cleaning
not
up.
a great start to a Monday.
Setting up and cleaning out the suckers. I mean, we're talking about stocks still going up, and Warren Buffett's celebrating his $8 billion stocks he just sold. But the stocks are still going up. They're cleaning up. They are bringing in the suckers, Joe. It's unfortunate. A lot of people would be holding the bag, Joe.
Yep. Run. $20 gold pieces. $45.95. 800-951-0592.